Hi, ZL3GIG, just talking about a SOTA expedition to a local summit called Saddle Hill, and this time, well, every time I take a ICOM 7300, which is a bit unusual. They weigh about over 4 kg, in fact I think they're 4.2 from memory kilograms, which to me, I thought, wow, that doesn't sound a lot. I added in a few extra things in the pack and it wasn't too bad. I think it came to just over 12 kg in total. A few home comforts in the pack and took off. So I've protected the edges of the 7300 with some screw-on protectors. Make sure the knobs don't get hit, and I've got a special box that goes in the pack. And I have a telescopic antenna, it's a dipole, inverted V, linked 40 and 20. Everything seems to work alright. So I'll let you know where we're going. I'll draw a for those who are actually watching this from somewhere else, I'll draw a quick map of New Zealand and let you know the geographical area that we're going to head to. So here we go. We'll just do New Zealand is like this, has an island like so, and I live in a place called Christchurch, which is there, and there's a wee island at off the bottom called Stewart Island, and there's another island off the top over here somewhere. Where is it? Sort of like this. Don't worry about that. This is the main island. It's called the South Island. And there's a little playground here that I live close to, and it's called Banks Peninsula. It's this piece that sticks out, and it's got some beautiful little hills and peaks that are amazing for SOTA. So if we now switch to the SOTA map, just stand by a second. Okay, so here we have the area that I was just chatting about. We have the Canterbury region, which, as you can see, has rather a large number of peaks, most of which have not been climbed yet, mainly because they are incredibly difficult to climb, quite mountainous. Beside this mountainous region there is a flatlands region, and I live over here on this little peninsula, and the peak today is going to be this one right here. So I'll zoom in here a bit so you can see. It's going to be this one here, which is ZL3 Charlie Baker 725, which is right here. I'll just zoom in even further for you if you like. There it is there. Right there. And it's called Saddle Hill. Why do they all come up together at the same time? Insects, streams of insects rising up, zillions Zillions of them. Here we are, just leaving Little River, heading up towards the tops. So based on this, I can see that he has stopped for a coffee. No, he hasn't. He stopped halfway along the lakeside. Or maybe this just hasn't updated because of lack of cell phone coverage. Here we have the Bosu Road, and this point I believe we turn left. I have to say visibility is looking a bit suspect, but no problem really. There's no wind. The sun's shining just above those clouds, which is all good. Here we are at the start of the track, Saddle Hill Scenic Reserve. As you can see, there's not a lot to see. Just letting you know, it's very difficult to hold your breath when the camera's running, so that you can't hear the puffing. I think I'll overlay a music track, no problem. At gate, clagged in and raining. We'll wait a bit before walking, and I've replied, likewise clogged in, but no rain. I will keep going. Okay, keep going. G'day. Well, we're here. Unfortunately, the wind is freezing, so I'm going to deploy my exploding wind shelter. I told you this was a 5-star, so here it is. $7 at Kmart. Stand back. You turn away. Right, here it is. So I'm going to set it up, obviously into the wind, just like that. Wind is coming from over here, this way. We grab the the pegs. Actually, that wind is very cold, so the sooner we get this up the better. Stand by. So this is my latest deployment machine. Undo 3 zips. Pull the ripcord. Okay, well the fast deployment system works. Took about 2 minutes. So now we plug in the coax. Then I'll put the mast up and peg the ends. RG58. This has been coiled in the Chinese coil technique. So you hold one end, doesn't matter how, which end, maybe this one, and you simply throw it, and there is no tangling. Watch. Well, a bad throw, but it works. That looks like a tangle, but it just comes straight out. As you watch this, it'll just come straight out, and it comes straight out. So, so the person who did the Chinese coil technique didn't read the manual, and so there is an element of tangling, but not too much. So what a fantastic idea. Right, let's get on with it, as I'll miss out on coffee. And now we peg back the ends. Right, now here we have a, this is what's called, this is done deliberately to show you what not to do. Now any amateur would know that you should always lash the bottom. So just let that be a lesson. So let that be a lesson. Okay. The sun has come out and we can see Lake Forsyth in the distance. Okay, so I use a LiPo battery, 10 amp hours. I can talk for well over 2 hours and no problem at all, off and on. I charge it, no, I don't charge it to the max, I just charge it to 15.4 volts, and the parameters of the IC 7300 will stand that. I think it's 13.8 plus or minus 15% or something like that. So I just don't, I do a smart charge on it, but just don't take it the whole way. And the lowest I've ever had the battery to after 2.5 hours was about 14.8 volts. So hangs in there quite nicely. Alright, I'll just leave you for a second and plug everything in and put myself on the air. So the next thing is to reduce the power to about, I don't know, 15%, and we'll just do a quick check of the antenna to see where it's at. So you can press menu, SWR, and just clear it, and then just feed it with 15 watts over that part of the band, and it's pretty good, very flat. So I will use the tuner in here just to clear this little bit of SWR off, but it's only on about 1.1, so it's not actually that bad. But what you can do is just bring on the tuner and just press it, and that should now have a 1-to-1 flat SWR, which we will check again. So SWR, clear it, and it is absolutely flat, 1-to-1. Except the light's getting in, it's not good, is it? Where's that coming from? Don't know. Totally flat anyway. Alright, so back, exit out of all of that. Let's just try here again and crank the power up and see if we have a clear frequency. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? Hello CQ, hello CQ. ZL3 GIG calling CQ SOTA, calling from Saddle Hill, reference Zulu Lima 3 / Charlie Baker 725, and listening.
Radio Charlie Kilo, do you copy?
QSL, I do copy. Just missed the call sign. Say again.
Call sign is Zulu Lima 3 Radio Charlie Kilo ZL3 RTK. Name is Ron. Over.
Yeah, cheers, Ron. Yes, I remember the QSO on 2 meters. Thanks for coming back. At least I've got. At least I have one on 20, which is fantastic. Thank you very much. You're coming in here about a 4 and a 7. Back to you, Ron.
Yeah, thanks for the 4 and 7. I copy you 5 and 3. Yeah, it's in the noise, but you're a few 5, over.
Cheers, Ron. Thank you very much. I'll persist for a while. I don't think the propagation here is at the moment is particularly good. My band scope's pretty clear. It's not really seeing anything out there. But anyway, appreciate you coming back. ZL3GIG calling a CQ SOTA. What is going on here? Is that a flock of seagulls? Dear me. Alright.
About 700 Western Vega from 2000 Alpha. So Mr. Ford, Whiskey 2 full. Florida, Japan from the frontier.
ZL3GIG, Zulu Lima 3, Golf, India Golf, calling CQ SOTA, CQ SOTA. Hello CQ, hello CQ. CQ SOTA, CQ SOTA. And listening?
ZL3 Golf Alpha.
ZL3 Golf Alpha. Thanks, Jeff, for coming back. I've only had one QSO on HF so far. You're my second. I seem to be struck with all sorts of funny sounds like flocks of ducks taking off and electric fences and on 2 frequencies. My cell phone is played up again in the usual manner, so thank you for coming back. You're coming back 5 and 9 obviously. Back to you.
Okay, that's no good. No good at all. Stick into the mic, it helps. Okay, you're 5 and 9 on ZL3/Charlie Bravo 760, of course. I'm madly trying to remember yours. I think it's 725. It's a shame that HF. It's not working terribly well, but I've made a few Aussie ones, but that was about it. I might head back and do some CW. I think I've worked the locals. There's a few hanging around on 146.500 looking for you for the extra 2 points after the rollover if you want something to do over.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be sticking around here until at least 20 past the rollover to assist anyone who wants to gather some points. No problem. Thanks again, Jeff. See you soon.
Yep, no worries, Ian. I'll head back to HF and we're on HF down and do some CW here. It was pretty rubbish on 17 metres, so we'll see what he's like. Okay, all the best. Catch you later. ZL3GIG, ZL3GA, 73.
7-3, Jeff. We'll just check the battery. So over here we have, what do we have? Just sitting there, it's drawing 0.87 of an amp, and we're still at 15 volts, so that's fantastic. Plenty of life in it. I'd have to say that's the best that's ever gone. I have been known to struggle for half an hour, but no, all good today. Straight in the bag, zip it up, and attached to the pack.